So Edmund comes in with flowers and he's smiling. Um, and I'm thinking, I don't know how she's gonna receive this. This is her face, so I really couldn't tell. He was telling her he was sorry, and he said all the things that she wanted him to say. But I still was watching it thinking she's not gonna buy this because these are things she's always told him to say. So I'm like, this could go either way. So he's talking to her, and then he says, and it is some of his facial expressions are they kind of tug on my heartstrings a little bit. Not enough to be in a couple with him, but just for him as a person. And he was talking to her. He said, and I understand. He apologized for like dismissing her feelings, which is what she told him. So again, I thought, is she gonna say, well, you're only telling me this because I told you to tell me this, right? Because she did tell him she can't make help him grow up when they were on the mountain. Um, so he was serious, he wasn't being goofy or anything. And he said, I'm sorry, and I can understand if you don't want to deal with me anymore. And when he said that, this was his face, and it was like he couldn't even get it out. He didn't want to say it, right? So I feel for him in that manner because I don't think that KB's gonna say yes at the altar. Well, I mainly don't think she's gonna say yes because she did that podcast with AD from a couple seasons ago, and she said the way they were talking, it just didn't feel like she said yes. And I feel like they shouldn't do these podcasts or interviews or anything until the show is over, because the way they were talking, especially the way AD was talking, I was like, so she said no. So I feel like but I felt like she was going to say no anyway. And if that happens, he's just going to be heartbroken because he's definitely going to say yes. But she told him, they're in this together. And I mean, she did. Oh, she apologized to him for calling him out of his name. And she said, that's not me. I think it is probably her when she's mad, but I know she doesn't want to be that. And it's going to happen again with him. So they went on a roller skating date and they were having fun. Oh, I almost forgot they showed Allie and Anton and they're excited. I'm not sure why, but they're excited. Okay, and so here's Megan and Jordan with this issue that they never really touched on before, I don't think, before these last couple of episodes. She's talking to him about how he's quiet. It was really awkward. They were cleaning and he was kind of not saying anything. And then she was saying, I want to know about your day. And he was saying, I don't want to talk about my day. It's taxing, it's grueling. And at first, I don't remember what he does for a living, but they act like, or he was acting like he sees dead bodies all the time. And he has to, I mean, I don't know what he does. Everybody gets tired, but I understand being introverted, but he's acting like it's weird. He's almost acting like he should be on some antidepressants or something. Or maybe he is, I don't know. So she was talking about like how she needs to talk or she wants to talk, and he was saying how he doesn't want to sometimes, and that's just the way it's going to be. He was really getting sick of this conversation, and she was saying, I don't know how often they talked about it, but they didn't show us what that they talked about this much. And she was saying, I like it how when we were in the pods and blah blah blah. He's like, we're not in the pods. He is not folding. Okay. He's like, this is how it's gonna be. And he did tell her she was abrasive. He said he doesn't, she said, then I won't say anything. He said, it's not that I don't want you to say anything. He said, but the way you're saying it is abrasive. And then he finally just broke it down to her. He was like, all those businessmen and all those people that you were with before, and they gave you that, it didn't work for you. You said so yourself. So then she kind of looked like, you're right. I don't know if they were the ones I thought was gonna get married. They're the only ones I thought was gonna get married. I think they still might, but we'll see, y'all. We'll see.